fried rice? Is that all right?
Yeah, that's fine.
You want an egg roll?
No, I'm good.
You want a can of soda? You want a sugar donut?
No, I think I'll be okay.
I'll get some General Tso's chicken. Also, if you're tuning in right now, you're like, what?
Daniel is ordering Chinese food for us for after the show.
Oh, I'm gonna get some white rice for John.
Because John has the palate of a 3-year-old.
Yeah. And then we can do. You'd split some dumplings with me?
Sure.
Okay. We'll get some of those too. It's gonna be an expensive fucking order. Okay. I've got this ready to go. Let's start here. Welcome back to Jedi Enclave. I'm Daniel.
I'm Chris.
And this is the Jedi Enclave Presents the Now This Is Podcasting Podcast, our normally weekly podcast about Star Wars and Star Wars accessories. Today, however,
it's a bonus episode.
It's a bonus episode because you and I just moments ago saw Spider-Man Brand New Day, rumored to be Tom Holland's final spider flick.
Yep.
And
there's a little sequence towards the end that might have explained that if they didn't already resolve it another way.
So, yeah, I don't know what's happening with that. And who knows what's happening in December with Avengers Doomsday. Like I said on the car ride over, I would be surprised if he didn't show up in Avengers Doomsday.
Yeah.
It's, the like one last, they're like, yeah, we got to get you in there. So, I don't know.
One last ride.
Is there, before we get into the Spider-Man thing, you want to talk about Wonder Man just for a second? Yeah.
So this is the only news that's happened since the last time we talked. Disney has formally canceled Wonder Man Season 2, which is weird because like they greenlit that, I think it was while Season 1 was premiering or shortly after.
Yeah. Which made sense because it was really good.
It was really good. Yeah. And like you pointed out, it's one of the few Marvel products that had a black lead. And now Season 2 isn't happening, and that kind of sucks because Season 1 was good.
I didn't look into this too much. Did they give a reason why, or was it just
not that I saw?
Yeah. I mean, I guess I wouldn't really, if I didn't have to say why, I wouldn't probably either.
I mean, someone will probably eventually get Kevin Feige on the record and say, "Hey, why did you cancel this?" And
it's probably Disney Plus.
It probably
numbers,
is Disney
probably.
Plus numbers,
yeah. I don't know. All I know is I really liked Wonder Man. It's one of those. We were just talking about this the other night, where
it was a Marvel show, but the superpowers were never the point of that show.
It was story heavy, and it was like it leaned on the story, and the story was good. And it was one of those things where, like, when companies like this take a risk on something and produce something different,
the corporate people are always like, this has to pay off big, or else we're going back to the formula.
Yeah, they never learn the right lessons from it, do they? Like, it's like like Wonder Man. It's like they're like, oh, we took a big swing and not as many people watched it, and it's like you don't think that maybe you should just wait a second to like. You should wait a while for word of mouth to kind of, and for you to develop the character a little bit before you just take the wrong lesson from this. And it's also, I don't think that they really, I don't think they advertised Wonder Man very well. They didn't promote it very well.
Not that I recall.
Yeah, so I don't know. Hollywood is great at taking the wrong lessons from things like this. So I don't know. I'm not surprised necessarily by it, but it is kind of upsetting because Wonder Man was like really cool. Yeah. So, let's get on to what we're talking about
Spider-Man
today.
time.
Which, by the way, this won't be probably one of our hour-long shows just because we're talking about Spider-Man. How long was this movie?
2 hours, 20 minutes, something like that.
Is the runtime 145 minutes?
That would be 2 hours, 25 minutes.
Yeah.
2 hours.
Alexa, how many hours is 145 minutes? 145 minutes is 2 hours and 25 minutes. There we go. You were right the first time, yeah.
I second-guessed myself. Anyway, pretty long movie.
Yeah. Obviously, starring Tom Holland, Zendaya, Sadie Sink's in there. John Barenthal,
who acts his ass off.
Is a lot of fun.
He is so good in this movie.
A cool little cameo bit by Florence Pugh,
Mm-hmm.
reprising her role as one of the Black Widows, and Mark Ruffalo also, he's in the trailer, so I don't feel bad about
Dr.
spoiling,
Hulk.
but yeah. So you want to do a quick spoiler-free thing about this?
Sure.
Yeah, you start and I'll add on when needed.
I think this movie does a pretty good job of capturing that time in your early 20s when like you're not in school anymore, so you have a really hard time having friends, and like because like
and also figuring out what you're gonna do.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because like when you're a kid, it's really easy all the way up through high school and college, like because life is very structured.
Yeah.
And there's people that you see like every day for usually the same group of people for years on end. So you just kind of naturally develop those friendships. And then you graduate and you move on with your life and you get a job, and all of a sudden you don't know anyone, and maybe half your coworkers aren't your same age, so you don't have that easy connection with them. And it can be very lonely and isolating.
And sometimes, every once in a while, you are the victim of a worldwide magical spell.
Yes.
Where all the people that matter to you have forgotten that you exist.
Yes.
It doesn't happen to a lot of people, but it happens every once in a while.
Yeah.
And how do you deal with a thing like that?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Let's see. There were by and large, I thought all the special effects and fight choreography and stuff like that was pretty good. There were a couple effects that were a little funny looking to me.
There's something about specifically Marvel that just looks kind of soupy. I don't know if that makes sense at all, if that's even the right word, but there's something about it that looks. There's an aesthetic that is just a little false. And it has to be their effects pipeline, like the way that they do effects and stuff.
Marvel very famously rushes their special effects and makes a ton of changes late in the game, and that forces effects to rush through their stuff even faster.
I mean, none of it was like Captain America Brave New World bad. And I wouldn't even say that any of it was bad. There were just a couple of moments where it was you're just like, oh, there's the MCU going off on there. Well, I guess it's not even MCU; it's technically Sony for this one. Even though, I understand that Sony owns Tom Holland's Spider-Man, but it just feels like Marvel owns him. It's because you go into it and they've got a bunch of MCU characters in it. And so it feels like it's Marvel, and then Sony's just kind of along for the ride. The guy that plays Mr. Milchick is in it, and he's
as yet another
corporate
quasi-villainous corporate stooge.
Yeah, there's a really funny moment where he and the main character meet for the first time, and he shows him to his office, and just a little bit of that Milkshake smile kind of shines through, and then all the Severance fans in the world are like, it's Milkshake.
It's like, I'm sorry for all my henchmen pointed guns at you. I hope that wasn't alarming. So out of 8 Tom Holland abdominal muscles, how many would you give?
Because he has at least 8, probably more.
Yes.
Out of 8, I would give this like a 6.5.
That's about where I am too.
It's not my favorite Spider-Man movie.
Yeah.
Like my favorite Tom Holland Spider-Man movie. I think probably No Way Home is about as perfect as a solo superhero movie as you can get.
Okay.
Which is funny because there's a moment in this that kind of mirrored a moment that happens. So one of my favorite moments of No Way Home is, if you watch the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man movies, you know that Gwen Stacy dies because he's unable to save her, and then he gets this beautiful moment in No Way Home where he is the one that gets to save MJ. Right? It was like a similar situation, and he had learned his lesson on how not to kill someone.
And it's a beautiful moment of redemption for the character.
There was a moment like that where just for a second I was like, oh shit, are they gonna kill MJ that the same way? What? But it wasn't as there wasn't as much stress put on it as the moment in the second movie, but there was just a moment there where it was like, oh, that kind of looked like that one thing. I said this on the car ride home. I think I might be burnt out on Michael Giacchino's film scores. I did not particularly enjoy this one, which I guess it's a testament to the movie that I ended up liking the movie anyway. But I don't know. I used to really like Michael Giacchino's film scores. The more of them I hear, the more that it just sounds like Lost in Jurassic World. and I'm just kind of over it a little bit. The performances were good. I think Tom Holland obviously has,
Tom Holland's phenomenal. Zendaya is incredible. John Barenthal, I think is our favorite actor.
Yeah, I think I probably enjoyed him the most. Sadie Sink was, you know what? It was really nice to see Sadie Sink in a non-Stranger Things project, because she was better in this movie than she was in Stranger Things. A part of that is probably because she's older. She's a more experienced, more mature actor. But I think the writing is just also better as well. Yeah. And I know, like, if you're a Stranger Things fan, like, I'm not trying to piss in your Cheerios or anything. I'm a Stranger Things fan as well. But yeah, I think this was better in general. So, and then I think that's probably about as much spoiler free as we need to get into, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Other than saying that whether or not this interfaces with Avengers Doomsday is up in the air, but I would imagine Tom Holland's Spider-Man probably will at least show up for one more.
Probably.
Yeah, for Avengers Doomsday, I mean. And I don't know if they have to kill him off but I imagine that Tom Holland is tired of being Spider-Man. And I know I've seen the earlier interviews with him, right when he got that job,
where he was thrilled.
It was his dream job. Yeah. He wanted to, he grew up wanting to be Spider-Man. And I love that happened for him, right? But I bet after 10 years, that poor guy is like, motherfucker, I can't do another one of these.
Meanwhile, his wife is off doing every movie under the sun.
Right. And he has had some good success in other stuff as well.
Yeah.
He maybe not so much the Uncharted movie, but he was in Chris Nolan's The Odyssey that just came out and is doing really, really well. And so anyway, I'm glad that he was the one that was cast as Spider-Man. If this was his last one, I feel relieved for him, because I'm sure that he's ready to be done with it.
Before this doesn't have anything to do with anything. It just gave me a bit of whiplash. Before the movie, they had this little presentation where Tom Holland was reading a little script. Well, thank you for coming to see this movie in the theater because theaters are blah blah blah. Yeah. And hearing his natural accent.
Oh, because he's very British.
Juxtaposed against the New York accent he plays as Peter Parker. You know what's crazy? So different.
You know what's crazy is how well he does it. And that's not a thing. It's cool that Tom Holland can do that, but I've noticed this about British actors. They can do American accents so well, but we can't do British accents. And I don't know what. I think there's one. I can think of one contradiction to that statement, which is that John Lithgow, who is the man who's going to be the new Dumbledore, plays Winston Churchill in The Crown, in HBO's The Crown.
Yeah.
And he is fucking brilliant. And I know that he's American, and watching that show, it's but he's British, right? Was he British the whole time?
I don't know.
I think it's also a testament. I'm just now realizing how xenophobic J.K. Rowling is about having Americans in the Harry Potter verse. I'm just now realizing that casting an American as Dumbledore is probably also, But anyway, the British people do really good American accents. Tom Holland's Brooklyn accent or Queens accent is really, really good. Okay, so you want to give us a quick primer on where we are in the Spider-Man universe? What has happened to
previously on Spider-Man? The universes got too close, and a whole bunch of Spider-Man villains came in, and Doctor Strange summoned some other Spider-Men, and all the Spider-Man villains were sent back to other universes. But the only way to fix everything was to have Doctor Strange cast a spell that would make everybody forget that Peter Parker exists in the MCU. And Peter was kind of conflicted about it. Finally, he's like, fucking go ahead and do it. To Ned and MJ, fucking, I'll find you guys and explain everything, but you're going to forget about me. Don't worry about it. Movie starts. Peter has not found Ned and MJ. And
he hasn't gotten around to it. He's got a lot of shit going on.
He's got a lot of shit going on because he's Spider-Man.
Yeah,
he's going around capturing all these criminals, including the Hand, the red ninjas.
Yeah.
Scorpion, some other of his rogues.
One other ugly looking motherfucker who I did not recognize. This is where you can kind of tell I'm not a huge Spider-Man comics fan.
It's fine.
But it was one of his rogues gallery, right?
Might have been the Rhino or something.
No, it wasn't Rhino. It was somebody. I don't know.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So
let us know in the comments.
So like 4 years pass in a little montage here where like Peter watches on TikTok or Instagram or something while Ned's
because Ned is like streaming their entire. He's like doing a vlog
Ned's
through all of
MIT.
Yeah.
4 years at MIT while Peter is out punching criminals in New York.
Yeah.
So
there's something to be said about this, by the way, and I think it's something that Tom Holland does a really good job of conveying: the longing and heartbreak at having to watch the two people in his life that matter most to him live their lives and seemingly be happy from a distance, and like.
Because one thing we forgot to mention in that recap is Aunt May died.
Right.
Of course.
Yeah. So he doesn't have anybody.
He has no one.
So like, and it's like obviously he is in love with MJ, but before MJ even was this really intense friendship he had with Ned, where they're practically brothers, and seeing both of them just move on with their lives and forget totally about him, like if you imagine that is the thing that happens to you, how utterly heartbreaking and terrible that would be. And I think Tom Holland does a really good job of showing that on one hand he's heartbroken and he misses them, but on the other hand they've flourished and done well at MIT, and so he's really proud of them. And it sucks. Like it really sucks for him, and it's really too bad.
So anyway, we get to the present day.
So we got the ninja guys.
Yes.
We got the one weird fucking guy. Tom Holland seems to be, so he's got this new cop friend, who's played by Tina from The Bear.
Yes.
Who, by the way, I think out of all of the characters in The Bear that I love, which is all of them because they're all pretty amazing, I think Tina's my favorite.
Yeah, fair.
And I'm really glad to see her in in something else that isn't The Bear. I thought she does a really good job. So she's like,
she's a detective.
She's a detective
that they're work friends, and like Peter has this crime detection thing on his phone. So like the running gag is that like he'll be running around calling her, talking about some case they worked on, and then he gets a alert about some bank robbery or something. He's like, I'm gonna go over there and take care of it. And she's like, great, I'll see you there.
Yeah, and like she's also, she's a little bit of a work mom too.
Yeah.
Where she's like, you really need to take a fucking vacation.
Yes.
Like
you've been doing this shit for 4 years straight.
Yeah, it should not be your entire life.
You should not be married to the job.
Yeah.
Go make some friends. Maybe get laid.
Yeah.
Who knows?
So I guess kind of the inciting incident of this story, a tank rampages through the city, right? Because it seems to be going toward the Department of Damage Control.
Specifically their prison facility,
right? And like he's trying to stop it. This is the moment in the movie where Frank Castle shows up.
Yes. And Spider-Man's like, Frank, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I got this. I don't need you shooting grenades at it.
Yeah,
Frank's like, okay, you took away my one grenade launcher. What do I pull out? My second grenade launcher.
You know that guy that you have in your life who like you could use a really precise tool for something, but there's the one guy that will use a hammer for everything.
Yeah.
That's Frank Castle. Right. And the hammer isn't a hammer, it's a grenade launcher. Yeah, it's a gun. Right. And I do I think this is the first time we see Spidey and Frank Castle on screen together. They have amazing chemistry together.
Yes.
They're really good foils for one another.
Which is another testament to Tom Holland and John Barenthal's acting chops.
Yeah.
Because they're so good together.
Yeah, they bounce off of each other really well. And what's funny is, like, knowing, after seeing the special presentation that they put out about Frank Castle, like, a couple months ago, which is, especially for the MCU,
very dark and
violent and grisly and bloody and gory. Seeing how much they had to sanitize him for prime time to be with Spider-Man.
They don't even let him say motherfucker.
Yeah, I know. Well, right. There's the one moment where he thwips him with the web right as he's about to say, yeah. So we've also seen him with Daredevil, and he's allowed to be a little
because that's Disney Plus, right?
Yeah, but it is Disney Plus, but also Daredevil is rated TVMA.
Yes,
so they can let Frank Castle be a little more himself. But in a movie where they're in a summer blockbuster where they know a lot of kids are going to be watching, they couldn't let him be insane, which I get, but I sure would have loved to see it. You know. And it's like if I were in charge of this movie and they're like, okay, we can do all the Frank Castle stuff you want, but it would be the reason that the movie's rated R. I'd be like, let me think about it for a minute because that might be worth it.
Yeah.
So
they're not able to fully stop the tank, and it crashes into the Department of Damage Control.
Mm-hmm.
And Spidey pulls open the tank door, and there's just this old
woman,
middle-aged woman
this
sitting
lady,
in there, just smiling at him, like hi. And then she kind of twitches, and one of the damage control cops kind of twitches, and Spidey's like, "That's fucking weird." And then a guy up on the railing above them kind of twitches, and Spidey's like, "That's really fucking weird." And he starts to put it together that whoever is doing this is psychically hopping between bodies.
Yeah.
And he starts chasing whoever it is. Meanwhile, the Department of Damage Control is moving Rhino to another facility. The body snatcher gets up there and manages to tell the people on the helicopter to take him to another prison where presumably there's something happening. And Spidey gets up there and the body snatcher's like, wait a minute, I can't steal your body.
Yeah.
Also, you know where I am. Those two things are really fucking weird. Yeah.
That's an interesting thing. They played off of this a little bit in was it No Way Home?
Might have been.
Doctor Strange is in No Way Home a little bit, right?
Yeah,
because he's the one doing the spell. Yeah. So he do you remember when Doctor Strange he does the move where he punches your soul out?
Yeah.
He does that to Spider-Man to get the MacGuffin from him.
Yeah.
But even with his soul punched out of him, he still is able to not to react and everything.
I guess that's the Spidey sense.
Yeah, and I wonder if that's the same kind of mechanism that is protecting him from. Yeah. So
anyway, the body snatcher goes away, and Spider-Man is like, okay, that's strange. Yeah. I need to go to the actual Department of Damage Control so that I can, get through this. So he has an appointment with the director, and he goes through security, and
there's a really funny bit where they're going to make him take his mask off, and
they're like, if you don't take your mask off, all these people with guns are going to shoot you.
Which at this point, they make a point of saying that they this ends up becoming salient in a few minutes, but they notice the spider DNA in his DNA, and it's that they have your DNA now. There's no way they don't know who you are now, right? Yeah. So but anyway, he meets with I can't remember what the guy's name is in the movie.
Director, it's probably on Wikipedia.
It starts with an M.
But he's like, okay, everyone just chill. He's with me. So as you can see, we at the Department of Damage Control, we are tasked with repurposing all the weird technology and superpowers people have into ways that are constructive for society. Like the Hand, those ninjas that you beat up and put in jail, they work for us now. They're our security.
Metzger, by the way.
Metzger.
Director Metzger.
Yeah. He's like the gauntlets that you took off Shocker. We're learning.
We use those now. Yeah.
We're learning how to use those.
We use them for good.
Yes.
Yeah.
So he's like, okay.
Which, by the way, as soon as he starts saying all this shit, I immediately start distrusting him.
Yeah.
I bet you are using them for good.
A little bit sketchy.
I was really worried. When you were watching the trailers for this movie, they put those scenes of him fighting the ninja guys. They're just throwaways at the beginning of the movie where he's like, "Oh yeah,
much,
I fought him and beat him." I was really worried that was the last we were going to see of those guys.
Me too.
But they bring him back at the end,
and there's come back.
And I'm glad we get to see a little. Who are they? I don't fucking know who they are.
Yeah,
but it was really cool to see some ninja guys fight Spider-Man. I mean, I thought that was pretty neat.
So let's see. So they go up to his office and they talk.
Mhm.
Let's see. I think.
Well, so he asks him about somehow he's able to find out about what this person was looking for. It's called VMAX, right?
Because he went to talk to Black Widow, Yelena.
Well, he talks to her after this.
Okay, yeah.
So he talks to Metzger.
So someone broke into our computers looking for VMAX. We have no fucking clue what it is. Can you find that out? And Spider-Man's like, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I'll go chat with my friend, fucking Yelena Belova, who has an official office location
in a Russian bathhouse.
In a Russian bathhouse, which one of at least two instances in this movie where they realized that a lot of the people showing up to see a Spider-Man movie nowadays want to see Tom Holland with his clothes off, and so they were like, well, here you go. Where so she makes him strip down, so he's just in his underwear and his fucking like his mask, right?
She's like, that's fucking ridiculous. What are you doing?
My partner John and I were like, this is why we're here.
Yep.
We'd like to see more of that, please.
You felt seen.
Yeah.
So Yelena's like, yeah, okay, I'll look into this VMAX shit, but yeah. So let's see what happens.
So he runs into Ned and MJ.
Yes, he runs into Ned at this bodega, and Ned's loading up on energy drinks and beer and for a party. Right?
You know, a man. Look, for a man who before the memory thing happened, was just the sidekick to a objectively gorgeous man who isn't as ripped. They make Ned look pretty sleek in this movie. I noticed he's got some really nice glasses. His hair's done really nice and everything.
Well, some people that come out of high school being, not themselves as they would wish to be.
Sure,
and then they go through a little metamorphosis in college.
Yeah, they thrive. And
sometimes all you need is 4 years in Massachusetts.
Yeah, and I love that for Ned. Like he's clearly got some game, which I appreciate. And there is that moment where did you read when he was doing the energy gag drink? That was him kind of flirting with the bodega. That's what I thought too. Yeah.
So anyway, Peter follows Ned to the party. It's a housewarming party at MJ's apartment, and Ned is still obsessed with Spider-Man and is running this tracking app.
Yeah.
MJ,
he's got a whole board. He's got a whole
Pepe Silvia
with the yarn and shit. Yeah.
MJ shows up and Peter gets all tongue-tied, and then he sees MJ kissing her boyfriend. And he's like, "Oh,
the guy that plays fucking Ezra Bridger in live action is he's the guy that is her boyfriend.
Peter's
we only see him once, by the way. Yeah. And I know. Okay, so I know this movie didn't have time for this amount of nuance, and I understand that, and I've let it go. Yes. However, there's a moment later where the writers make it okay for Peter to eventually at some point swoop in and get MJ by making her boyfriend kind of an asshole and their relationship not very good.
Yeah.
And I think it would have, look, if I'm being nitpicky, it would have been more interesting and a better story if they were really if MJ and this new guy were really in love and
happy
and happy. Yeah. That I understand why they couldn't necessarily do that. But that is what it is, Also, I will say we talked about this on the car ride, that they had to put some product placement in this movie in that bodega of Tom Holland's alcohol-free beer brand that's been his passion project. So Sony, I saw that shit. All right, I was watching. I saw I'm not going to drink it because I can't imagine why you'd want to drink beer without alcohol in it. I mean,
so Peter goes home and he's been having these headaches and these
going through some changes.
Yeah, physical discomfort, and he kind of passes out in his apartment
after his eyes go black.
Yeah, which is really fucking weird. He wakes up all cocooned in web in his underwear, hanging over the alley, and freaks the fuck out.
A big moment from the trailer. Yep.
and he, does some analysis and discovers that he has elevated arachnid DNA or elevated arachnid hormones in his system, and that's causing him to manifest organic web shooters in his wrists.
Okay, look. One of the scenes, this had to have been a semen joke,
yes,
right?
100%.
Like it was a little lewd at one point.
Yeah, like he's trying to squeeze some of it out there, and
it's pretty gross. Like, yeah, which it brings attention to how really disgusting Tobey Maguire's organic web things actually were. We never, because we were kids, we never stopped to think about it that much. But like, it is actually really gross.
Yeah. So he's freaking the fuck out, not sure what to do about all this. He tries to, like, he can't use the organic and mechanical web shooters at the same time.
For reasons.
Yes. Yeah. Is this the point where he goes to talk to Dr. Banner?
Yeah, because he's got to figure out a way to limit his spider DNA from getting too high on one side, right?
So he goes to talk to Dr. Bruce Banner, who's teaching at a university in town,
Empire State University.
Yes.
Which is that a real school?
Maybe
that sounds made up.
So after class, he kind of says, "Hey, Dr. Banner, I couldn't help but notice that really cool inhibitor you're wearing on your wrist and how it prevents you from turning into a giant green killing machine. What if someone wanted to inhibit, say,
that is a real school,
arachnid DNA?
Son of a bitch.
Well, there you go.
Yeah."
And Banner's like, "Well, yes, you theoretically could do it." And Peter's like, "Okay, great. What if I only want to inhibit parts of the DNA? Like the bad parts, the parts that make me, go black eyes, kill people, and not the parts that make me want to, make me able to jump and spider sense and be strong." And Banner's like, "Well, how the fuck do you know what the good and bad parts are, huh? Who are you to judge?
Yeah.
Also, you're coming really close to making a universal power inhibitor, which let's just stick a pin in that, because that's definitely going to be a plot thread in future MCU projects.
And also, you're not really a student of mine, are you?"
He's like,
no,
I'm a grad student. You got me.
Yeah.
Also, I'm going to go to the library, which is over here. And Banner's like, "No, it's over there." He's like, "Oh, fuck, it is over there. Sorry."
Yeah. You stick around. I'm going to need you for a Act 2 conflict. Yeah. Okay, Dr. Banner.
Somewhere in the middle of all this, the Scorpion is attacking something, and Spider-Man shows up to beat him up
and almost hurts some cops.
Yes,
because he gets into super spider mode.
Also, the Scorpion is under control of the Body Snatcher.
Right. And I can't exactly remember why he was there. Was he trying to find VMAX?
I think so. Yeah.
Which, by the way, I love how this VMAX plot point ends up being the whole V'ger thing from Star Trek: The Motion Picture.
Do you think that's a reference, VMAX V'ger?
I don't know. It seems a little too similar for it to be like maybe it's a little nod. Yeah.
So let's see. So we've done all that. So
should I get hold on?
No, I think I remember. So Peter is like still messing around with his inhibitor, trying to figure it out. He falls down on the street, and some passerby is like, "Hey, Spider-Man, how's it going?" So he's like, "No, I'm just testing out some tech. I'm fine." And the passerby is like, "Yeah, it's not really working out for you too well, is it, Peter Parker?" Which gets Spider-Man's attention. And then the Body Snatcher and he have this conversation about how, his secret is no longer a secret. And also...
because that person is in his apartment, right?
Yes. And how sure would be a shame if something happened to MJ, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Which triggers a race across town.
Yeah. He does, somewhere in here, he does a little bit of sciencing and discovers that whoever is doing this can't body snatch if the person's more than 33 feet away.
Yes.
And he gets to MJ and convinces her to come with
me if you want to live. And MJ's like, "I have no idea what the fuck's going on, but all right, let me get my coat."
There is this kind of heartbreaking moment where he gets her to where he thinks she's going to be safe, and MJ suddenly seems to remember him after a kiss, to remember him but it was this
It was the body snatcher all
yeah,
along. And she's like taunting him about, oh yeah, go ahead, just hold her and make believe it's all real again. Fucking true love's kiss breaks the spell. Yeah, she would be disgusted by that, man. Like, did you really know this girl at all?
Which is funny because it was kind of how it would, like when we were going through that scene, like she seems to snap out of it when they kiss him, and I'm sitting there like, are they really going to do the true love's kiss thing? Because that's a little weird. Weak, yeah. But the whole thing's an act. And he does say to her, like, if you've ever loved someone like this, you would know how unforgivable the thing is that you're doing right now.
Yep.
And I remember thinking, like, yeah, that's shitty. Like, damn, that sucks. And then she throws MJ's body off a fucking ledge, and he saves her. He
has to save her.
But then she wakes up. She actually wakes up.
Yes.
Right.
Before that, the body snatcher is, like, encounters them on the street and is like, hey, I forget what she says here, actually.
Who says?
The body snatcher to Peter at this point. Well, anyway, he gets a view of her face.
Her face, right.
She's
in a car, yeah.
Yeah, and he
does a Google image search.
AI do
and
image search.
Big reveal in the film, which is that the person, he's able to figure out who it is, and it's fucking Jean Grey.
Jean Grey, noted X-Men character.
Who isn't obviously the mature, member of X-Men version of Jean Grey.
Right.
She's still a kid.
She is a teenager?
Late teenager. Yeah.
So finally, Spider-Man's like, okay, look, I need to get you someplace where I actually know you're going to be safe.
Oh, that's where he gives up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because he's like, because she really wants to get into the Department of Damage Control. And he more or less says, I'm always going to try to stop you. And then after almost losing MJ, with her being thrown off the building, he surrenders, and it was like, okay, I'll stop doing it. And that's when she leaves, and on her way out, he gets a good look at her. Yeah.
So Spider-Man takes MJ over to this derelict shipyard that's just strung with booby traps. Some of the
most aggressive in your face booby traps. Like fucking do you remember that bit from Return of the Jedi where the two tree things, except he does that with trains.
Yeah.
Which it seems a little overkill, but
so finally you hear this.
It's funny because when we're watching this, but all this was happening, I leaned over to you and I was like, I wonder whose place this is.
And it's fucking Frank Castle.
Of course, it's Frank Castle, yeah.
And Frank and Spider-Man argue about the Brooklyn incident and all this shit. And finally,
Staten Island.
Yeah, Staten Island
incident, yeah, where obviously Peter Parker saved him. Yeah.
Yep. And finally, Peter's like, look, can you just keep her safe for like 2 minutes while I deal with the rest of the shit? And Frank's like, you like chili? And Peter's like, yeah. I'll eat some chili. Yeah. They're like, all right, I made chili.
Yeah,
you can stay.
Yeah, I love this dynamic they have where Frank is trying so hard to be a hard ass, but he clearly likes Spider-Man, and they have a rapport, and I think he immediately realizes how much she means to him. And I think there's a part of Frank Castle somewhere down deep where he was like, all right, I'll protect this girl with my life.
Also, there's a little bit of like mutual appreciation between MJ and Frank.
Oh, they are more similar, I bet, than they would like to admit.
Just like one bad day might have MJ suit up as
the grenade launcher. Oh, wouldn't that make a great fucking
what if?
Marvel what if? Yeah.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah.
What if
Peter Parker dies?
Yeah. What if Peter Parker dies in the line of duty? Fucking
and she
MJ
becomes Punisher.
Yeah.
Okay, I would totally
Disney.
Yeah.
Are you listening? I know you're listening, you motherfuckers. Make it happen.
God, they should really hire us. We think of some badass fucking ideas.
So this is where Peter's doing his Google search and finds out who Jean Grey is, and that like almost all of her records have been scrubbed, but she was an orphan and she was.
Probably the most unbelievable part of this movie is getting anything scrubbed off the internet.
Yeah.
Like once that shit's on there, it's on there forever.
Yeah. Peter's like, gotta do some work on his inhibitor, and he's like, all right, just keep MJ safe. I gotta go to my workshop. And Frank's like, fuck, you need something I don't got. He's like, I need this, that, and the other, and all these technobabble. And Frank's like, I got all that.
He's like, you mean bomb making supplies?
No, he says, I got that. And Peter's like, why do you have that? And MJ says, bombs.
Bombs.
And Frank's
obviously
like,
bombs.
yes, exactly.
Oh man. Oh, there's a really cute moment where he's trying to make this inhibitor thing and everything, and it's you kind of forget that MJ and Ned are done with
MIT.
Yeah, they went to MIT and they're done. Like they graduated. So like MJ is really smart at shit like this, and she helps him with the inhibitor a little bit. They figure out that his goggles are fucking
goggles
or something.
interfering and blah blah blah.
But there is this really cute scene where they're both separated by he's put a curtain up so he can take his mask off and work on this project. And
which the only reason the mask has come off is so that the cameras can capture Tom Holland's face
the emotes. Yeah, sure, yeah. Where they're clearly flirting with one another, and it's really cute. And all I'm saying is that if Tom Holland flirted with me, it would work almost immediately. And so she helps him solve the device problem he's having, and then so he's like, okay, well, you stay here, and I will go take care of this.
Because Jean Grey has just been spotted at damage control, so I got to get out there.
So she goes basically.
So after he swings out, she talks to Frank and is like, "Hey, you should probably go help him." And Frank's like, "He told me to stay here and watch you." She's like, "Well, did you fucking stay behind and watch the girl in fucking Staten Island?"
Yeah.
He's like, "Fair point."
Yeah. So there's a big showdown at the Department of Damage Control. That involves the Hulk.
Yes, because Jean has brought the Hulk around.
Yeah,
along.
which is a really if there's a big vault.
What
a great way.
What bigger gun is there?
The reveal there is that she's damaged or taken off his inhibitor.
Yep.
And then so Frank, of course Frank shows up to save the day.
Yep.
And there's
empties an entire machine gun at the Hulk to no effect.
It is hilarious to me that he just keeps shooting though.
Yeah.
And there's a bit where he's like slow motion. He's like walking around the Hulk, just like headshots.
Yeah,
and he just doesn't understand why it doesn't work.
Doing nothing.
Yeah,
I mean, Frank doesn't have superpowers. His superpower is
guns. Yeah, and there's also this one after he's pretty much figured out that guns aren't going to work. He doesn't stop doing it, and Spider-Man webs him and pulls him under the floor, and the whole time he's still shooting him. It is the funniest shit in the world.
So finally they get this plan. Spider-Man's gonna keep fighting the Hulk while Punisher goes after Jean Grey, which there are many reasons why this is a bad plan.
I know.
But it's the best they got,
I know.
Right?
So Spider-Man's don't let her get within 33 feet, and it's he's that's not how, Frank Castle doesn't. Is he? That's not gonna work.
No.
Right? Because he's and of course. This plan fails immediately.
Yes,
because she's just right there. And
Frank is looking at something in a lab, and then Jean Grey walks in and is like, "Hey!" Yeah. And all of a sudden, Frank's just twitches.
She's in his head,
and then she's like, "Wow, this guy is really fucked up."
Yeah. Which I think is everyone should go and watch the special presentation thing they did for Frank Castle, because he really is insane, right? Really.
Incredibly fucked up
in a way that's hard to overstate. So having that moment where she's like, "Oh goddamn, this guy is so fucked up."
This is the first head I've regretted being in.
Yeah, I want. So she there's a fight scene between Hulk and Spider-Man,
and at the end of it, Hulk recognizes Peter.
Yeah, and then gives up.
Yeah. But Frank. Well, under Jean's control, Frank uses bombs to blast open the vault and shoots the guards and everything. And Jean's like, "Okay, what the fuck? You're gonna tell me what I want to know." By this point, Spider-Man manages to get back and distracts her, and she gets tranquilized.
Slaps the inhibitor.
That's right. Yeah. That's right. Slaps the inhibitor, the universal inhibitor, on her.
She gets darted by Mr. Milchick.
Yep.
And
carried away.
Yeah, and she right before she goes unconscious, she says the name Sarah.
Yes.
And Mr. Milchick is like, I don't know, when she was in my mind there for a second, it was someone I lost who was really close to me, and she must have seen that, and so the Jean Grey problem seems to have been
solved.
Dealt with, right?
Yes. So Spider-Man swings back to Frank's funhouse, where MJ has read this letter that Peter wrote years and years ago
from the end of the previous movie. Yeah,
and she's like, "Man, what the fuck? Were you ever gonna tell me any of this?"
I think Zendaya plays this really well too, because there's a really good mix of just her being like shocked and maybe a little disbelieving of it. But like the fact that, but it kind of makes sense about, because
like she has very clear memories of being saved by Spider-Man.
Yes. But
she just doesn't know why, like 5 different times Spider-Man saved her life.
But also she never stops to ask the question about this event that they're in right now. Like, okay, I get it, I'm in danger and everything and you're trying to save me, but she never stops to be like, why am I the one in danger? Right?
Yeah. Because
that would have given it away. Like, out of so many million people in New York City, why is this person coming after me? But also her being kind of hurt by it and confused and everything. And it's played really, really well. Yeah. It's played well by Tom Holland as well, where he explains to her that, this is literally the only way I could protect you.
Yeah. And you're the most important person in the world to me.
Yeah. So there's a funny bit where she's like, okay, well, I'm going to go. And then she realizes she really doesn't have a way home. So she asks,
can you just take me home? Yeah. He's like, yes.
So he takes her home and then she invites him upstairs.
Yes.
Which immediately I was like, to fuck? And then she's like, to meet Ned. And I was like, oh, probably.
Come on, okay, it's the middle of the day, Daniel.
Do you not fuck in the middle of the day? You're allowed.
I mean, you can.
There's no rule against it.
Not traditionally.
Yeah. So she takes him up to meet Ned. He doesn't take his mask off the whole time, but they hang out, and it is a really touching scene. Yeah. Because they're like, him and Ned are putting together a fucking Lego X-wing, and
they bond for the exact same reason they did before.
Yeah, because they're nerds.
Fucking nerds.
Yeah, they're a bunch of nerds, and it's really nice. But during this conversation, Spider-Man comes to the realization that the people who get body snatched by Jean Grey don't have any memories during that time, which means that this thing that Mr. Milchick said about Sarah is a lie, right? So he starts to think, and then I think they do a little bit of research.
They talk to Yelena again.
Yeah, and find out that Sarah was her sister.
Yes.
Who was arrested or captured
by damage control and never heard from again.
Yeah. So Peter's like, oh no.
Oh fuck.
I helped the cops.
I need to go fix this.
This is why you never help the cops, people.
Don't do it.
Don't ever help the cops.
Don't help the cops. So he goes swinging towards damage control, and while he's on his way, Frank calls him and is like, yo.
He's got the Spider-Man tracker app.
Yeah. He's like, look, are you fucking nuts? You're going to let the body snatcher out again? Like, if you do this, I'm going to put a bullet in her head. Yeah. And Spider-Man's like, Frank, no, you can't solve every problem with guns. But Frank's already hung up.
Every tool is a hammer.
So Spider-Man,
Frank, every tool is a hammer or castle.
Yes. So Jean wakes up. She's been strapped to a chair. The inhibitor is still active. Mm-hmm. And Mr. Milchick's like, all right, look. Your powers are way too dangerous to be left in the hands of a child. So what we're going to do is we're going to study your brain and how it works and how to replicate that power so that the adults can use it. Mm-hmm. And she's like, where the fuck's my sister? He's like, I hope this is how we can honor her sacrifice. And she's like, you motherfucker.
Yeah. There's a big reveal that VMAX is just the brand name on a vent.
It's like Ventamax or something.
Yeah, so it's like a V'ger moment from Star Trek: The Motion Picture.
And Jean realizes, holy shit, my sister died in this very room, and that was the very last thought she had.
Yeah. She.
And that's what triggers her to go Super Saiyan.
Yeah, which, by the way, this is like, I think within a kilometer.
Yeah, a 1 kilometer bubble.
She freezes everyone in New York City.
Everyone telepathically and telekinetically frozen. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Except Spider-Man for some reason.
Yeah, it's pretty terrifying. He tries to get up to her. He fights the ninja guys, and it's actually a lot of fun.
The ninja guys who are under Jean's control.
Yeah. He comes to this realization that he has to take his inhibitor chip off and just be who he is. Mm-hmm. And it's a nice little lesson and everything. And he's able to get in and out of like super spider mode.
Yeah. There is a very noteworthy revelation that the artificial webs that his mechanical web shooters use, damage control has guns that get rid of those.
Sure.
And Jean Grey is like, isn't it fucking weird that your buddies at damage control had guns specifically for you?
Yeah.
Like no one else uses this kind of web?
This is a very Batman thing, by the way. Like how Batman has contingencies for everyone on the Justice League.
Yep.
Yeah.
So like he takes off, like his web guns get broken. He takes off the inhibitor chip. He's able to get in.
Yeah.
Where Jean has Mr. Milchick tied up in the chair, and is like a bunch of glass shards that she's about to cut his neck with.
Yeah.
And he's like, don't do it. She's like, if you step closer, I'm going to do it. He's like, don't do it. She's like, I'm going to fucking mind freeze. I'm going to go inside your head right
your brain.
now.
Yeah.
He's like, fucking go ahead.
Yeah.
And she does.
Yeah. There's this really beautiful moment where she experiences a memory from Peter's point of view where he talks to Aunt May. Mm-hmm. And this to me read as Aunt May helping someone else from the grave. You know,
bit,
that her influence with Peter was so powerful, and that she was such a good person that she'd be able to help other people as well.
The sheer unbridled mom energy of Marissa Tomei turned Jean Grey from I want to kill this guy to holy shit, maybe I should try to be a good person.
Yeah. Right at the end of this little memory thing, Frank has gotten up on a building and has a sniper rifle
not just a sniper rifle. This is an anti-materiel rifle.
Yeah,
this is meant for shooting through vehicles.
Right. So he's like, I like how he's like, okay, well, I can't get within a kilometer because of this like, but I can make that shot. That's easy.
So he takes the shot, and Peter realizes what's happening, and like shields Jean Grey with his body.
Yeah.
And
he's losing a lot of blood, by the way.
Yeah,
that's one of the reasons
he's not
why
doing so good.
There for just a moment I was like, shit, are they gonna kill Spider-Man? Because they had him laying on his back with that pool of blood behind him, and it was like, oh man,
fuck.
Yeah. But they don't.
Yeah. So
spoilers, they don't.
Frank takes him to the hospital really quick, and he gets emergency surgery, and there's this flash of...
He's like, save my son, the Spider-Man!
The news is being like, Spider-Man's in the hospital with his life on the line with a mysterious gunshot wound that definitely wasn't caused by the gun-toting vigilante who brought him to the hospital in the first place.
Right.
Which, by the way, how does Frank get into a hospital and not get arrested?
Well, I can tell you why. Are you gonna arrest Frank Castle?
Fair enough, but like,
because I tell you, I'd be a cop and I'd see Frank Castle coming and be like, nope,
nope,
no sir.
To borrow a phrase from Elena, this is very large potatoes, and most cops are very small potatoes kind of guys.
Yeah. So Peter's fine. It turns out we find out that Jean was using her powers to keep him alive a little bit while they're doing surgery.
Until he manages to wake up. And there's a really nice moment where Frank and Peter talk, and Peter's like, are you crying?
Yeah,
Frank's like, I'm not fucking crying. He's like, you're crying. That's adorable.
It is really cute, actually. So Peter's okay. So I love how Punisher distracts everyone by putting the Spidey
the mask and the gloves on and waving out the window.
Yeah, while Peter escapes
walks out the
door. And so he gets away. Jean Grey gets away. Don't know where the fuck she's going. She's going somewhere.
If I had to guess, she's going to Westchester, New York, to join the Xavier School for Gifted Youngsters.
Yeah.
At some point, whenever X-Men happens.
Yep. And
Peter is still Spider-Man, except now he has some friends.
Yeah. And then I think at the end of the film there, the suggestion is that he's about to tell Ned. Or does Ned just remember?
Because he does their cool handshake.
And does it snap him out of it? Like, does he?
It might.
Because he says his name afterwards.
Yes.
So
I don't know.
Huh.
But there's
not exactly true love's kiss, but
a bro secret handshake?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
There's a post-credit scene where Spider-Man is somewhere in space.
Yeah.
And it's the most disappointing post-credit scene I think
we did wait through the whole credits for that.
Yeah. Sitting there for.
Now that I'm thinking about it, that almost has to confirm he's going to be in Avengers Doomsday, right? Because
you would think.
Like, doesn't that happen on Battle World, like out in the middle of space or something?
Maybe.
I don't know.
I haven't heard any spoilers.
Yeah. So anyway, pretty good flick.
Good movie.
Yeah, it was worth the money to see it. It was a lot of fun.
Good summer blockbuster.
Looking forward, we will be back on Wednesday for the normal episode of the Jedi Enclave Presents. This is Podcasting Podcast, and we're going to be talking about House of the Dragon.
The penultimate episode of the season.
So come and check that out. Chris says, "May the Force be with you, Daniel and Chris. I hope you're both having a good day, and I hope you both enjoyed the film."
Yeah.
I did. I thought it was good. It was a good time.
It's a good time.
Yep.
Yeah.
So thanks for joining us. Thanks for the support and everything.